In this video, we're going to look together at how to create music using artificial intelligence. I'll also show you a few techniques, whether it's about adding sound effects, and also how you could add and modify your voice if you want to create speaking characters. This tutorial on generating music with artificial intelligence is suitable both for film and for video games, and I'll show you the differences as we go along. So when you get here, what you're going to do is type Suno AI. You have two options. Either you have Suno AI, the address is suno.com and I'll put the link in the video, so we're going to click on it. Or the competitor, it's called Udio or Udio.ai, which you can also go and try out. Personally, I prefer Suno.ai because I started working with it, but whether it's Suno.com or Udio.com, in the end they're very similar pieces of software and they're free, so they're great to use. So, when you arrive on Suno, the first thing you need to do, as usual, is to log in. Each time, you have the option to either use your Gmail account or create a new one. As is often the case, there are examples of music available. You can have some fun and listen to what's already there. These are tracks that people have made public. We're going to create them directly ourselves. To do that, what we're going to do is create a song. You can either go through here, or you can look for it. In the menu here, under Create, you can make a choice and it gives you inspiration for types of music that might help or mention to create your own tracks, but we'll see that a little sooner. When you're here, what you can do is choose either the simple mode or the customized mode. I'm going to take you straight to the customized sound. Here, you'll have two options. Either the instrumental version, which will be useful for everything related to video, because, remember, we're not allowed to include any lyrics. So, if you click here, you can be sure you'll have music without lyrics, where you can define your own style. On the other hand, if you want to add lyrics for the video game, you can, that's an option. And in that case, you'll write them here. We'll start with that, because in any case, I think it's interesting for you to see how we generate music with lyrics. And it might also be fun for you to do a demo for your parents, your relatives, your neighbors, for a birthday song, which is always nice and can be useful. So either you write your own lyrics, typically, if you're a great poet in the making or you're feeling inspired, you can write your own text. Or you can do it in auto mode and it will generate lyrics for you. And here, you'll click on Full Song, which will allow you to create lyrics. We're going to ask it to create music. So, let's say, it's a song about the Ari for Good festival, which teaches young people how to use artificial intelligence. And we'll see what it gives us. So, it's going to write the lyrics. And you see, here, it's given us lyrics with possible options. You can also do it perfectly well in French. I'm going to take this story. I'm going to say select description, so choose this option. And then here, I'm going to put in the styles I like. I'm going to choose Afrobeat. I can also pick slow groove. I'm not really sure what that is. Low male, volume, that's a deep voice. Smooth bass line. It's up to you. You can have a look, get inspiration from existing styles. Reggae, that's going to make a strange mix. And then, you can also mention the styles you don't like for the persona. Actually, if you click on it, it's the character that will inspire you in terms of voice. So, typically, you've created a first song where you really like the voice and you'd like to find it again. You can create a persona around that and reuse their voice. It's quite a new feature, and it's really nice. And there you have it. So now, this is going to create the songs for me. So, obviously, as I was saying, you can do this in your daily life for fun, to do all sorts of things, to surprise people. And then, we can listen to it if you like. It's the story of a dream that takes flight to the sound. A festival for young people who shine like northern stars. Artificial pedagogy that opens doors. A future to build together, no matter the effort. In the workshops, we have. There you go. If it amuses you, I'll send you the link. The idea as well is that we could have changed the lyrics earlier, when it offered us the options. And then, you also have the option to add your song to my library. And depending on the music you've generated, there are some that you can extend. That means that for the 2 to 3 minutes it generated for you, you can extend it to make an even longer piece of music. So that's one possibility. And now, we're going to regenerate a new song, but this time without lyrics. So we'll go back to Create, remove that, and set it to instrumental mode. And this time, I'll say a pop, fun, scary, frightening, and inspiring piece of music. And then we'll see what it gives me. So now, it's just going to give me a song without lyrics. So, the idea is that you might not necessarily want the whole piece of music, but it could be of interest to you. To actually have a sound base that can work with your characters, whether it's in a video game or in a film. And so, you can take bits and pieces from it. So, let me play it for you. Let's see what it gives us. And actually, by putting scary and fear, it might add a slightly adrenaline-fueled tone, and so on. Which is quite nice in terms of atmosphere. So, it adds an extra tone. Now, let's have a look at task sounds together. I type in the Pixabay website. Suno effects. There you go, and we arrive at sound effects. Well, here you can look for a whole range of sounds. For example, I might say I want the jungle. And it will suggest a series of sounds that I can listen to. There you go, there are loads, really loads of them. And that's what will also help to liven up your story and give it a boost. If you want there to be an effect, for example, a creaking door or a floorboard that squeaks, if you want to add a spooky touch. It could be little bells if you want to give it a slightly magical feel. Sound effects, sound design, will really enhance your story, whether it's in the film part or elsewhere. Video games, if something happens to your character and you want to create a sound atmosphere. So that's important. Now, let's take a look. CapCut, which offers other types of sound effects. CapCut is also the editing software that will allow us to do the complete video editing. Here, you have plenty of possible examples being shown, and I'm going to create a new one. So create a new one, and you see here, you need to choose carefully. 16:9. We're going to go into the audio section. Audio. And here, already, you have the option to access loads of sound effects that you can listen to. With you. You see, for example, you can add loads and loads of sound effects, so don't hesitate to highlight them. There's a search bar, which is quite handy. You can also browse by category, so that can be very useful. And then, you have the option to add sound effects that you create yourself with your voice and a number of filters. So, when I'm here, you see, I went to find my file where I have some lemurs that I really like. And in a video you'll see called What is Artificial Intelligence, we talk about a little lemur who has to learn how to cook. So, what I'm going to do is the voiceover that you'll discover in this video of this little lemur who's stuck with the metal chores. So, what I'm doing here is taking the video and dragging it over here. I could have uploaded it as well. Uploading means importing, import, and I could have clicked to go and find it directly. Well, it comes to the same thing, so here, what I've done is put it in and dragged it down below. I could decide to put it in several times, and so on, but here, I'm just going to do it once. And then, when my little lemur is playing, I'll do the voiceover, which means I'll speak over it, and then I'll go and change the voice. So, watch what happens. You're going to laugh when you hear the change in voice. Hop. Yum, 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 yum. So you see, I'm probably already doing a pretty good lemur impression, but what you can see here is that I'm going to reduce the size, and when you listen to my voice, yum, 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 yum. There you go, I've done my little lemur impression, but, well, I don't like my voice. It's a bit too close to my real voice. So, what am I going to do? I'm going to transform it and put some filters on that voice. I'll close this, it's been recorded. Here on the right, you can see it says voice modulator. And I'm going to, for example, choose the elf voice. Jammy, 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 jammy. And you see, my voice starts a little bit late. So, what I'm doing is just fiddling about so that the main part of the speech starts roughly here. So, if I want, I can zoom in a bit. You see, I can see a bit more of what's going on. And I'm going to change it because he's not happy at all. And so, if I don't want the elf voice, I can choose, for example, a voice like, what could I do? A chipmunk voice. I have a huge love for a dog, the biggest one. Or if I want, a Luffy voice. There you go. So that showed you how to do voiceover, and you can liven up your characters like that. It's quite fun. So, that's it for this part. Thank you.